Hi everybody, Mrs. Ehlke here. Today I am with
Ian,
and Ian is all about sports, of course. So he wanted to do
a soccer ball.
A soccer ball.
In a soccer field.
In a soccer field. So here are our soccer ball drawings we did with, we used marker and then we colored them with colored pencils, but you could really color them with anything and you could just draw with a pencil too. But yeah, these are fun ones. Ian and Aaron are both playing soccer right now and are really liking the sport. They're having lots of fun with it, doing the practices and the games. So if you are a big fan of soccer and would like to try your hand at drawing a soccer ball, check this out. Okay, it really isn't too hard. Ooh, we also are using Cool Whip containers or something that we could trace for a circle. You could use a plate, whatever will fit on your paper. So you may want to grab that too before we get started. All right, have fun, guys.
Bye-bye.
So to start our soccer drawing, I'm actually going to use a marker. You can just use pencil. I'm doing a marker so you can see. And I'm going to start off by making some lines that look kind of like blades of grass. Because usually when you have a soccer ball, of course, it's sitting in a bunch of grass, right? So we're gonna just add a bunch of blades of grass to the bottom of our picture. You can do it kind of by making upside down V's. Remember that they usually grow in different directions, so you can kind of indicate that. Then I have whipped cream. And I'm going to put the whipped cream not floating above the grass, but actually kind of look like covering up part of the grass. And I'm going to trace that for my circle shape, but I'm not going to trace it down into the grass. So I'm going to start on the side, and I'm really only tracing like the top half of my circle, and I'm stopping when I get to the grass section. So it looks like the grass overlaps the front part of the soccer ball. Then we're going to test your shape knowledge, Ian.
Okay.
See how well you listen in math. So the first one we're going to do is actually a six-sided shape, which would be called a hexagon. Actually, no, I was giving you a hard time. Pentagon is where we're starting, which is how many sides? 5. So I'm going to do this. Like a roof of a house first. Yep. Then instead of going straight down like you would for a house, I'm going to bring them in just a little bit like that. And then depending on where your grass is, yeah, you want to connect those for a pentagon. Now, I want to do my best to make a straight line that goes out of each of the points of my pentagon.
That far ball?
This is where the hexagons are. So soccer balls are actually made of pentagons and hexagons, which makes it kind of tricky.
When I was 6, I thought it was only pentagons.
I used to think it was only hexagons. And I realized, oh wait, there's pentagons in there too. All right, this is the easiest way I have found to draw soccer balls. I used to draw them a bunch, and this is probably my favorite way to do it. All right, at the end of each of those lines now, I'm going to make another roof. So this roof is going that way. This roof is upside down. This roof is going this way. And then some of these are stuck in the grass, so you don't see them. Yep. So that's our main shape for our soccer ball. Now I want to show some shading techniques. We're going to be done with the markers and we're actually going to be coloring these with colored pencils.
Mine was dried out.
So yours was dried out anyway. Are you going to do a traditional like black and white soccer ball, or do you want to do something with color, or what are you thinking, Ian?
Color.
He's thinking some color. So I'll let you do color. I'll show what a regular black and white one looks like. So when coloring this like a soccer ball, all of the pentagons, so the 5 shape, the 5-sided ones are black, and then the rest of these are all white. So this one's black, this is black, this is black, This is black,
Should I
and
do
then there
that?
would be some in the
Should I
bottom.
do that the same as
So
my
you
red?
could do the same thing with your red, yep. And when I color these, I'm gonna push really hard by the edges of my shape,
Not that hard in the middle.
but then I'm gonna leave it lighter in the middle, and that will kind of give it some shading to make it look a little bit fancier. So we're gonna go ahead and do that all the way around my pentagon. And then I'm not pushing as hard
No.
in the middle of my shape. And this will give it some character, make it look a little bit more realistic. That control. I'm going to do the same thing on my other one, so trying to push a little bit harder along the edges and then not quite as hard in the middle.
Do you do it hard on this edge?
I do it on the outside edge too, yep, and we're actually going to add some shading in the white sections, and that also will
With the
happen there.
Is it gonna
No, because the white won't show up. So what do you think we could use to shade the white sections?
be black?
We could use black if we go really, really light.
Gray.
We could use gray, yep. Or a lot of times I'll use like a really light blue. So we can kind of mix and match. But yeah, usually I would say a gray or a light blue would be good. And I think I have this kind of a, what is it called? Periwinkle blue that I might use. And I'll probably have you try maybe use this cloudy gray. Then people can see the difference in the two. So for the rest of the soccer ball, we could just leave it like that and say, okay, soccer ball. Obviously it looks like a soccer ball, but like I said, to add a little bit of shading helps it look even more realistic. So I'm gonna take just this light color of blue and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with my other shapes. I'm just gonna color, this time a little bit lighter along the edges, and then I'm not going to color at all in the middle. I'll just leave it white since it's supposed to be white. So I'm not going to go too dark. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that around all of these hexagons. I left you a gray here if you want to try it with the gray. See how that works for you. So just kind of lightly coloring around the edges of my hexagons to kind of add some shading. Now if we wanted to go even farther with our shading, like if you think about it, the soccer ball is probably getting lit from the sun along the top of the ball, and the part that's in the grass is not seeing much light. So if we wanted to go even farther with our shading, we could go back to like some black, or I could even do maybe some purple, and I could add some shading kind of along the bottom sections of my soccer ball here, ones that are sitting in the grass, not getting much light. I may just throw a little bit of extra shading down here too, just because the ball is sitting low in the grass. So you can see that makes a big difference here with the shading. I'm going to go ahead and color the grass, and then we'll show you how it's looking after we have worked on that for a little while. So you can see we have added some color to our grass. For the grass, I actually started by adding a light green first, and then I went in with a darker green and kind of went over some of my blades to try to thicken them up a little bit. I also added a little bit of light green up here to kind of make it look like the distant field. And then of course, we are adding some of the blue sky to finish off our masterpieces. Now, if you wanted, you could make it more of a night game and darken the sky a little bit. That is fine too. Either way, so we are finishing up. Ian's finishing by coloring up his sky because I'm super speedy. And we have our nice, neat soccer balls. So we hope you enjoyed doing this tutorial with us and that your soccer balls turned out super awesome. You could add all kinds of different colors or designs on them if you wanted, or you could go with just the standard black and white soccer ball too. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe below, and we hope to see you again soon.
Goodbye.